Edge at 11 starts now.
Tonight on The Edge, breaking news from Detroit's west side where a state trooper has been shot and the suspect is dead. Fox 2's Dave Kinchin is live on the scene working to find out how all of this unfolded. Dave, any updates on the trooper's condition?
Yeah, Jessica, good evening to you. First off, some really good news here. The trooper who was shot is awake, is alert, and we understand that his family is on the way over to the hospital to visit with the trooper here. Let's go to some video. We'll tell you how all of this happened here. A Metro South trooper, and by the way, this is all very early information here. A Metro South trooper was on a traffic stop and advised that he was fighting with a suspect and then stated he had been shot and returned fire, striking that suspect, killing that suspect, a 41-year-old man from Highland Park, according to authorities. Listen more from state police officials at the hospital here.
At approximately 7:40 p.m., one of our troopers made a traffic stop on the Lodge Freeway near Wyoming after noticing a violation. During that traffic stop, the trooper made contact with the suspect. The suspect and the trooper did have a physical altercation. During that physical altercation, the suspect utilized a weapon, ended up firing at the trooper multiple times, striking the trooper 3 times. That was 2 rounds that actually hit the trooper's vest, one that actually struck the trooper in the shoulder. The trooper did return fire, striking the suspect. The suspect is deceased. This is the second time here in the last couple of weeks here that we've had a trooper that has been injured or been shot at, and with those vests on, we'd be a whole totally different conversation.
So you could just hear it right there. I mean, thank the heavens for the bulletproof vest that the trooper was wearing here. Several shots fired. I mean, you just hear it in the voice of, I believe, the colonel there, just how the stress of this, the insane nature of this whole assault on police right here. Again, thankfully, this state trooper is, what we understand, expected to be okay. The suspect, 41 years old from Highland Park, we understand, is dead at this time. The family either at the hospital or on their way to the hospital to visit with their loved one, with their hero in this case, but a situation that, as police officials just said, if it wasn't for that vest, this could be a very, very somber night. Thankfully, that is not the case tonight. Reporting live, Dave Kinchin, Fox 2 News.
And Dave, you know when the colonel shows up, it's a very serious situation. The scene been very active there for several hours. Any indication what investigators are doing now and then when it'll probably clear up?
Yeah, we did see some of the officers really kind of tearing down part of the scene. There's still a few patrol cars here. Detectives going from building to building, likely looking for surveillance, video, security footage of all of this. But it does seem they're holding the scene a little bit right now, but it's definitely tapered off from what it was before through most of the night here.
Good work out there, Dave. Thanks so much. Turning to a live look over downtown Detroit, some raindrops starting to pop up on our camera as we brace for a potential of another round of storms tonight. Kind of like deja vu with another beautiful day taking a dark turn at night. But, compared to yesterday, Stephanie, what are we looking at?
Nothing as widespread as yesterday. Everyone did manage to pick up on a severe thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning, and I don't think we're looking at anything like that by any means. But we could pick up on an isolated to spotty shower or thunderstorm that could potentially turn strong to severe. I don't think we're looking at a whole abundance of severe weather tonight. Showers and storms just north of us from about Mount Pleasant and points northward. We have a line developing right now down near southwestern parts of the state. It's moving at an okay speed, 45 miles per hour directly towards the east-northeast. So this is going to impact us potentially closer to midnight, if not closer to 1, maybe 1:30. And it could pack a punch in terms of the potential for maybe a stronger to severe thunderstorm, just in terms of winds and hail. Otherwise, this is our picture by 1 o'clock. Still a little ways off from us. It doesn't really arrive until, again, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. And then we'll be dealing with those on and off lighter sprinkles through the day on Saturday. So I think the key takeaway is that There is a potential still heading into very late tonight for that maybe isolated stronger to severe thunderstorm, but nothing like yesterday where we just saw that abundance of severe weather. Live look over the city right now. Nothing really too imminent at the moment. We're looking at relatively quiet conditions a bit closer to home. 76 in Detroit, 58 for those in Ludington. Temps tonight will slowly fall through the 50s. I think we bottom out at 58 degrees, and tomorrow we rebound to the low 60s. It's going to be a breezy day, kind of a raw, chilly day too. 65 Sunday, and it is still going to be running a little bit cooler. Now, as we look towards next week, we do have that daily risk for rain as we head through Wednesday, Thursday, and into Friday. The extended forecast shows kind of a cooler pattern too, with temps in the 60s. Rain chances then once again continue through about Friday, with highs gradually warming towards the upper 60s.
Heard a lot of loud big booms, and the whole house was lit up from the thunder and lightning.
Yeah, that was a lot of us last night as the thunder cracked and lightning lit up the night sky. And today we're getting a closer look at all that damage. Trees toppling over in Macomb and Holly, along with Dearborn, where a parked car was hit. In Livingston County, an EF1 tornado touched down in Gregory, ripping roofs, raising rafters, and flinging crates across fields at the Hickory Ridge Dairy Farm. The National Weather Service says 2 weaker tornadoes also hit Atlas and St. Charles. The overnight storms also stirring up some trouble with Berkeley police. Officers say they stopped a man for speeding on 12 Mile around 1 in the morning. As you can see, he took off while the officer was walking up to his window. Police chased him down the road towards the intersection with Woodward. That's when they discovered the driver hit a pole, ditched his SUV and ran away. But then their canine named Bear jumped into action and tracked down the suspect. He was hiding in some bushes nearby. Officers say they found a gun he tossed just a few feet away. The suspect now facing multiple felonies. A Pontiac teen accused of threatening students at Lake Orion High School on social media is now behind bars. This is the second arrest in 3 months after he was found on campus with a machete and knives. Fox 2's Tanisha Cordell with more.
Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard says the last on-campus incident involving this teen happened in February when the teen was actually enrolled at Lake Orion High School. At that time, deputies found the teen on campus carrying a backpack with a machete and 3 knives. Then later in March, the teen was arrested again for allegedly assaulting his dad. Now in trouble once again, the teen telling deputies his threat was not meant for the entire school. A dark Snapchat post saying, quote, "It's open season on Lake Orion students." That shared Thursday, allegedly targeting a Lake Orion High School student.
We got on it immediately.
Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard telling us another student saw the post and told a school resource officer about it. And within hours, they traced that post to the suspect, a 17-year-old former student from Pontiac.
It's very disturbing that, he didn't learn from the first encounter with the system. Sheriff
Bouchard referring to the pair of pending cases against the teen in juvenile court.
The system needs to figure out what he needs to either get help or to be punished, whatever the proper steps are to make him understand that this is not acceptable. If it's a call for help by him, that's one thing, but then get him and help and have him monitored.
Parents we spoke to nearby, unaware of Thursday's incident, concerned that they were not notified. But Sheriff Bouchard says they did not contact the school given an arrest was made so quickly, and his team ensured the threat was not imminent. He says he did, however, assign extra patrol on campus Friday. And while a motive behind this threat is not clear just yet, the sheriff making his stance clear.
We want this individual to have no way, ability, or connectivity to any of the kids in the school or the school. It's unacceptable, and we'll do everything to hold you accountable, and in this case, ×2.
It'll be up to the juvenile system to determine next steps for this 17-year-old who, again, is facing multiple charges. As for the community, Sheriff Bouchard pushing everyone to continue to speak up and collaborate so his team can continue doing their job efficiently. I'm Tanisha Cordell reporting on The Edge.
Scammers are upping their game to try and steal your cash. The Macomb County Sheriff's Office says a scammer is impersonating one of them. The scammer apparently called a woman last week claiming to be Deputy Andrew Daniels. He told her she needed to pay for an ankle tether so her relative could get out of jail. The scammer then allegedly told the victim to load money onto Chime gift cards and send them electronically. It could be easy to fall for the scam because the victim's family member was actually about to be released. The scammer also had specific information about the inmate. The sheriff's office says they've received at least 3 other phone calls about a similar scam. Neighbors on 1 Farmington Hills street say they thought they woke up to a bomb going off. Turns out a car slammed into the living room of a home next door. This was the scene on Winterset Circle off Middlebelt, just south of 12 Mile. Farmington Hills police say they took a 911 call from a neighbor who thought a bomb was tossed into a house, but when they walked outside, they saw this SUV sitting inside of a living room. It appears it may have been backed into the house, as neighbors did not see any damage to the back of the home. Residents are stunned.
I'm surprised. This is a peaceful neighborhood. I can't see how someone could come down the street either way and end up in that position at that house.
Just as a precaution, medics checked out 1 person who lived at the home, but no injuries were reported. Hundreds of Detroiters walking together, pushing for an end to violence. Today, the Rima International Church and multiple police departments kicked off this year's community prayer walk. Their message, enough is enough.
And children are a blessing, and they are an inheritance for us. And when we leave this earthly realm, then these children are going to have to set the standard for the other ones that are coming behind them. So I praise God for these children and them being present today. Shows how important this effort is.
The walk kicked off in Harper Woods, making its way to East Point near 8 Mile and Kelly. That's in the same area. 2 people were killed and 2 others were wounded during a shooting at a Foot Locker 2 weeks ago. Organizers say they hope this walk teaches the lesson that there are other ways to resolve issues without violence.
People united can never be divided. A people united can never be divided.
The fight continues to protect Detroit homeowners from illegally inflated property taxes. Today, the Coalition for Property Tax Justice, along with local lawmakers, held a rally addressing this issue. The coalition claims the city of Detroit illegally overtaxed homeowners between 2009 and 2019, resulting in a total of $600 million and numerous foreclosures.
When you do tax foreclosure, that's an act of extreme legal violence that needs to be exercised with extreme caution. Behind all that data is the Dunn family, is other families. They don't deserve us to turn their backs to them. They don't deserve us to rip their childhood homes from them.
Illegal property taxes are not just an issue in Detroit. Research shows Black and Hispanic homeowners pay 10 to 13% higher property taxes nationwide.
It's amazing. At the beginning of World War II, nobody wanted African Americans to fly. At the end of World War II, only the Germans didn't want the Tuskegee Airmen to fly.
The Tuskegee Airman National Museum with a special tribute at Detroit City Airport today, honoring one of the brave pilots who risked his life to protect our country. Harry Stewart Jr. joined the famed 332nd Fighter Group towards the tail end of World War II. He flew more than 40 combat missions, perhaps most notably in April of 1945, when he downed 3 German planes just in one day. He retired in the 60s as a lieutenant colonel and continued to advocate for the aviation industry. Stewart died in February at 100 years old, but his legacy lives on.
I think he was a true leader in the sense that he not only started with the Tuskegee Airmen, but he joined the board of the museum and showed us the way into the future.
His dream was to get African Americans or anyone who's interested into careers in aviation and aerospace science. The museum is committed to doing that with his memory and standing on the shoulders that he provided with the excellent service he gave the United States of America.
As a nod to the future, student pilots attended today's event alongside Stewart's family.